Hey there, welcome to the channel. My name is Joshua Pfeiffer. I'm a Lutheran pastor in Australia, and I'm so glad you clicked on this video that I can speak for just a few minutes to you about God's good order. This is what's coming up. So many people in life, in this world, do not feel like their life is very well ordered. It feels like things are very messy for them. It feels quite overwhelming at times. How do you find your way through all of the possibilities and the distractions and the opportunities in life? It feels messy. It even feels like we're living in the midst of chaos at times. According to the Bible, this is because of human rebellion against God, that it has disrupted God's good order within His creation. Because if you look right back to the beginning of the Bible, you find that one of the emphases of the first chapter of the Bible is that God patterns and designs a beautiful order and rhythm to this creation, to our lives, in which human beings can flourish. So if you look back to the first verse of the Bible, what does it say? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That's the big picture. But then the very second verse of the Bible is less well known. In that verse, it says, now the earth was formless and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God hovered over the waters. So there's this interesting word there, formlessness, at the beginning of God's creation. And what happens from there through the first chapter of Genesis is that one of the things God is doing is bringing order to His creation. So He's bringing order to time, day and night, light and darkness. He's bringing order to time in the bigger picture. He talks about the order of the years and the seasons with the sun and the moon. He brings order to the physical nature of the universe, between this planet and the big out there, between land and sea, all these sorts of things. We go on and on about this order that God brings to His creation. And then what comes at the end of the chapter, of course, is the creation of human beings, male and female, made in the image of God. And so one of the implications seems to be in that first chapter of the Bible that human beings have been created, designed to flourish within this good, beautiful design, order, pattern, rhythm that God has given to His world. You know, I think a simple everyday example that we can reflect on in connection with this is something like jet lag, right? So what is jet lag? Well, jet lag happens when we sort of temporarily step out of or transcend God's good order for time in the day and the night, the darkness and the light. Our modern technology enables us to do this, doesn't it? We can go across time zones and hemispheres, but the interesting thing is, although we can do it, our bodies don't like it. It's not a nice thing, jet lag, falling asleep in the middle of the day and being up in the middle of the night, and you really lose your bearings, you lose your orientation just for that little while. It's not a nice thing. Perhaps because we've been designed to flourish within God's good order, even of things as simple as day and night, darkness and light. Now, as I said, we often experience life as chaos and disorder. The good news, though, is that God has sent Jesus Christ to restore this world, to restore our lives to a good and a beautiful, ordered design. Just think about the life of Jesus for a moment. Think about Him stilling the storm. There's that picture of chaos in creation, but Jesus speaks and there is peace. Or think about the Gerasene man who's afflicted by unclean spirits. He's living among the tombs, the text says, and he's bruising himself with stones. And then Jesus comes and speaks, and we read that this man is delivered, he's healed, and at the end he's sitting there clothed and in his right mind. Jesus is bringing back this good and beautiful design and order for this man. And ultimately, Jesus goes to the cross. He rises again from the dead. And one way of looking at this work of Jesus Christ is that He comes to restore God's cosmic order, to set things right again. And He still does this for us today. We hear his word, he speaks into our life, and he brings a good, a beautiful order, just as he did at the beginning. What does the Apostle Paul say? The God who said, "Let light shine out of darkness," has shone in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of God in the face of Jesus Christ. So just a few words today on God's good and beautiful order in creation, in Christ, in our own lives. This is Kairos. Do like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. If you ever want to donate to this project, there's details in the description below about how you can do that as a once-off or an ongoing basis. Thank you again. See you later.